What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just have to say, I really love talking with you guys. Like, that premiere thing that we did, like, to watch the video last week was amazing, and I'm excited to do it again with this video. So hello, as we all watch this live together. Thank you so much for the support on my hair as well, you guys. Anyway, let's jump into a recap of what happened on the latest episode of Teen Mom OG. Not that much happened once again, and I guess I could say, like, I see why the ratings are declining because it's looking pretty stale, you guys. Anyway, the episode kicks off with Cheyenne, who goes out to her grandpa and lies and claims that her dad says that he doesn't love her, period. It was just like, Cheyenne, you already lied to your other relatives in the last episode. Now you're gonna go bring your poor grandpa into this? Like, come on. And then she goes back out to her father, who explains unconditional love and the bullshit of spirituality to her. Guys, this guy is so freaking hilarious. I absolutely adore him. And then when she turns around to walk back inside, he tells her, and by the way, you should probably cover your ass. I was like, good. Finally, someone said something about the fact that she's walking around in front of family and friends in like a thong and a see-through cover-up. And speaking of see-through cover-up, good luck covering your butt with that, Cheyenne. Next up, Kate and Tyler go to the Dr. Oz show to discuss mental health. Guys, I don't know why these people get invited to talk about such things, considering they do a very poor job of managing their own. You've got Kate, who does a poor job of managing her own mental health, who doesn't give a flying fuck about her husband's mental health. And, you know, it's pretty questionable how she feels about her own daughters as well. And then Tyler doesn't even believe in medication for his I don't know if he's bipolar, but I do remember him saying that he had borderline personality. So, you know, like, these people as a spokesperson, yikes, is all I have to say. And speaking of poor advocates, Maci, like, some poor organization was stuck with Maci and her monotone voice and expressionless face having to be the face of PCOS and trying to get like an official day through a speech on Capitol Hill. I was like, Maci is probably one of the least compelling people on the planet. So they must have seriously been out of options if they went and asked her. I think it's great that she's bringing awareness both in her speech and on Teen Mom, but the poor girl is as uncharismatic as they come. Meanwhile, Gary and Christina force Leah to come visit Amber, which is very nice of them. And then Gary lets her know that he is on the hunt for his biological father before we quickly transition back into Texas, where Dakota is complaining that Bristol never communicates with him about how to schedule their children's visitation, and he calls her about it, you know, in front of the cameras and the producer, and she rambles quite a bit. Like, he never really got a chance to get a word in edgewise, and you could see him chuckling about that and, you know, being able to show that off to like the world watching. But again, it is quite unfortunate what's going on there. And then while she's in LA, because her son is competing in Dancing with the Stars Juniors, Bristol's like, you know, like, I don't want this to affect my time with the kids. I'm still going to be a great mom, just so that you know, blah, blah, blah. And then when Dakota gets off the phone with her, he gets upset that she said that she's a great mom. And he feels like by saying that, she's insinuating that he said otherwise. I don't understand why he complained about that, because plain as day, in the last episode, we saw Bristol in front of him and the cameras tell everybody, this guy has told me that I'm a shitty mom. He's told me that I'm stupid, all of this stuff. And Dakota did not refute a single word of it. In fact, he agreed with her and apologized for the way that he had spoken to her in the past. So why all of a sudden he's doing a complete 180 and claiming that she's trying to make him look bad, you know, like a bad mom, when he's already admitted that he said that, like, you know, I was like, why are you doing a 180? You've already admitted to saying this kind of stuff about her. Guys, it would not be an episode of this newfound Teen Mom OG crew if Cheyenne was not throwing some kind of tantrum over literally nothing. So she claims that one of her boyfriend Zach's friends has started getting belligerent with her after too many drinks. So of course she had a full-blown meltdown about it. Apparently the guy was waving a bottle in her face and calling her crazy. So she wants the whole entire party to be shut down, and she starts crying because she thinks no one is standing up for her. Like, chill the fuck out, girl. I think she's one of those like heightened sensitivity drunks, you know, who should probably stay away from the strong stuff, because it just makes her go crazy over every single freaking thing. But I do agree that her boyfriend should have gotten the guy out as quick as possible, because he knows how dramatic and extra Cheyenne can be. So she comes out and freaks out at Zach, trying to snatch his phone, and she actually does hit him because he did not get the guy out fast enough. enough when Zach was using his phone to get the guy an Uber. It was like, girl, relax. You're making like a total fool of yourself to your family, your friends, and the whole entire world right now. This is not cute. You're way too old for these games, and you should not be hitting your partner, you know, in private, in public. Like, you should not be hitting your partner. This is domestic violence at play, and there's nothing funny about it. And I know that some people love reality television because they get to be like the biggest, like most dramatic versions of themselves, but this, Cheyenne, is not a good look. Meanwhile, in Indiana, Gary meets up with his weird ass mom for lunch. I have never looked at this woman the same way since the Being Gary special. Like, she is all kinds of messed up. So they go out for lunch and she puts on her best 1970s powder blue eyeshadow and clashing pink lipstick for the occasion. I'm surprised she did not have leg warmers and neon tights to match the ensemble. And so Gary asked her about his biological father, and this woman cannot even remember his name. She just remembers his body build. She doesn't even remember his eye color, but she had the audacity to be offended when Gary rightfully asked her if she was in love with him. She was like, oh, we were dating, Gary. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? In my opinion, Gary was really nice in the way that he asked her the question, because, you know, to me, I was kind of like, Mom, like, were you thought in bopping and you don't remember which one? Was this an orgy? Like, what happened? Because I'm pretty sure a reasonable person can remember who impregnated them, unless, of course, they were thought and bopping and it could have been, you know, one of a large variety of people, or it was a really serious, like, tragic, unfortunate incident. I'm talking about like rape or something like that. But, you know, it was just weird that she could not recall. But remember, from the special, she, you know, pretty much admitted that she was almost like a sex addict of sorts. She was like, you know, quite the thotty, like thotting and bopping around town. She was banging brothers and cousins behind each other's backs. Like, it was a whole mess. So Kate and Ty filmed that doctor show, and then while in front of everybody, Tyler says that one thing he needs from Kate is for her to watch the last season of the show with him so that she can understand what he goes through while she's not around. I think it's amazing that he did that on a public forum, considering the way she shut it down when they were in public. So now this time, people, like, she's going to be, you know what I mean, more accountable to trying her best to meet Tyler in the middle about his own needs. After the show, they go backstage with one of the doctors and talk about the status of their relationship. So Kate thinks that their relationship is about a 6 or a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10, and Tyler's face absolutely said otherwise. So when the doctor asked what the lowest point in their relationship was, Kate, being the classic, like, the whole world revolves around me victim that she is, says that the worst point in their marriage was many, many moons ago when they appeared on couples therapy. And remember, why is that like the most tragic part? Not even in their marriage, sorry, in their relationship. Why is that the most tragic low part of their relationship? Because Tyler did not know if he wanted to marry Kate. Like, there have been so many things that affected, like, them together and their child. But of course, nothing that's affected their child registers in Kate's brain. The lowest point of their relationship was when Tyler didn't know if he wanted to marry her, because remember, Tyler said that she demotivates him because she does not want to do anything with her damn life. She's always miserable, she's lazy, all of those things, and he feels like he's settling for her. Tyler very clearly was like, no, it's more recent. Like, obviously thinking about the fact that his wife spent like half a year or more in rehab while he was looking after their, you know, child together, their toddler together. He was looking after multiple properties and renovations. He was looking over a farm, a horse that Kate got that she never even visits, all of these, running a business by himself. And it's weird to me that Tyler, when he's with his mom, especially, even like with Kate in private sometimes about like mundane things, or with his friends, he can speak his mind about how he feels and everything, like without any inhibition. And he even talks over people quite regularly to the point where it annoys the shit out of me, okay? But somehow, some way, when they're finally in front of a doctor who can help them, and with Kate, he loses his voice. He suddenly can't speak. To me, that shows that there must be something really serious going on behind the scenes between the two of them that is quite troubling. Now we're heading over to a new state, you guys. We are in Washington, where Maci gives her PCOS speech, and it is as monotoned and straight-faced as you would expect, especially when she proclaims, "Let's change the world." Guys, the fact that this woman wanted to be like a television host or a radio anchor, to me, is literally quite effing offensive. Like, really, that's what you wanted to do with your life. And you know, being on MTV allowed you to pursue these opportunities despite the fact that you see no need to work on your presence, your delivery, your charisma, like nothing. Not like, really, how the heck did you think that that was a career path for you? I'm personally offended. So anyway, she returns home to talk about it with her family, and it was so staged that it was quite uncomfortable to watch. Like, I don't know if that was more uncomfortable than her speech or not. Back in LA, Sarah Palin takes a break from monitoring Russia through her telescope in Alaska to watch her grandchild Tripp compete on Dancing with the Stars Jr. and try to pronounce the simple word logistical. Ooh, child, that woman is slow. So they talk about Bristol's separation from Dakota and her forthcoming move out of the house, and they claim that her stuff will probably be strewn out on the front lawn, which I think is a gross exaggeration and purposeful attempt to make Dakota look like some kind of psycho, like who's, you know, mentally unstable and dangerous for her and their kids. Like, not a good look, B. Meanwhile, back at their home in Austin, Texas, Dakota says that 2 weeks without Bristol has made him the happiest he's been since back in 2015, which I'm assuming is when they first met and were in love. He said that it was like getting out of a life sentence, ouch, 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 and that he's organizing a new bedroom for her and everything. Quite the juxtaposition from them in LA thinking that he's gonna throw everything out on the front lawn and like let like the rain hit it and like people take it, like whatever, you know what I mean? Anyway, Cheyenne invites her boyfriend Zach to her mom's house so that they could debrief about the drama that she caused at her own barbecue. Was anyone kind of like, why would she and this man go from the house that they live together in, drive together in silence just to talk together in another house that they don't live in? You know, like they could have just had a conversation in their home, you know, in their own backyard. Like, it was quite odd to me, but I digress. She apologizes for flipping out at him, and he tells her to have patience and trust that he was handling the situation as her boyfriend. Guys, that man is both fine and level-headed. Where the hell did Cheyenne find him? Going on the television show is what made Kate realize how her rehab stints affected Tyler. How strange is it that she would say that, but in the last episode when Tyler tried to talk to her about how her rehab stints affected him, she shut it down by crying and claiming that she knew the whole time that it was a big priority thought for her. And she accused him of basically calling her stupid for even asking if she ever considered, or, you know, how it made him feel and how he managed without her. Which is it, Kate? Like, you're always flipping back and forth to whichever makes you seem like the biggest victim at the particular moment. Anyway, she starts filling out the questionnaire that Tyler brought home in order for them to go to couples therapy, and she thinks it's so freaking hard. You would think the woman was studying for the LSAT or to get into medical school or whatever, the way she was like, oh my God, this is so difficult. Guys, the woman is freaking exhausting. I really do hope that she watched the last season and this season to know just how exhausting she is. Just to us as viewers, I cannot imagine being her child or being her spouse. Like, come the F-U-C-K on, Kate. You're pushing 30 here. You're going on like your third kid, and you can't fill out a questionnaire without acting like it's the most difficult effing thing in the world that makes you the biggest victim on the planet, because you have to do something that contributes to the betterment of your own marriage, you know, which thus consequently contributes to the betterment of you guys raising your child. Really, girl? Really? Tyler, meanwhile, is out with the boys playing pool at a local bar, and he talks about how he had a steady routine with Nova without Catelynn, and admits that he feels miserable in his marriage. And he complains that Kate never ever does or offers to do anything for him, and the relationship has never been 50-50. And he says that he wants to discuss his needs, and he says that if she can't fulfill them, then he wants out. Ooh-wee. And he also finalizes his thoughts by saying that marriage is a bitch. You guys, it's a lot of great talk and Hufflepuff from Tyler, but we all know what happens next. He gets her pregnant again, and we know that he's going to be stuck for at least another year there. Like, I really do wonder what the heck happened to get him into an even bigger mess than he's, you know, been in for all this time. 2 kids now, that's a lot tougher than getting out with just 1 child. It's been a while since we've talked about Amber and encounter the two of them, well, actually Amber's money, rents out a house so that they could be near his family and friends. So they meet their newborn son, baby James, and they're going to be staying there for an entire month, which is quite long for someone who, you know, is missing their other child and wants to connect with them a little bit more. But again, I digress. And in the last scene of the episode, Bristol returns to Austin, Texas, and of course her room is perfectly nicely set up with the pillows fluffed and everything by her soon-to-be ex-husband Dakota, and her stuff is not out on the lawn like she tried to have us believe, you know, they would be. She starts crying because she bought everything in the house and thinks it's pretty petty that he moved her stuff. You know, you don't need to cry. Just have a conversation with the guy about it, you know. By the way, she does cry quite a bit like Farrah, which I thought was quite funny. I think she's a blend of Farrah and Chelsea to me, in my opinion, just the way that she carries herself and stuff. And, you know, there you go. That's a recap of what happened on Teen Momoji. They're calling this season 7B, by the way. They're not calling it a whole new season or anything like that. So season 7B, episode 21. As usual, I'm more excited to hear what you have to say about all of this. Thank you so much if you're watching it live. It's been great chatting with you as well. So please make sure to leave all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And of course, we'll chat. You can also like this video, subscribe for more. Feel free to share it with your friends as well, and follow me across social media where I absolutely love chatting with you. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.